Hi guys, it's Grumpy. I'm using this text-to-speech voice today as I am currently sick, and with opinion videos I tend to ramble using my real voice, so this keeps it on track and easier for people to understand what I'm saying. I already put a disclaimer at the beginning of this video, so let's just jump right into your BTS and Blackpink opinions.
I love Boy With Love. Even now I still think it's amazing. It was the song that got me into BTS and K-pop, so it will always remain special to me. It doesn't deserve any of the hate it gets.
I personally dislike the song. It's not a terrible song or the worst song in existence as some people make it out to be, but it's definitely not my cup of tea. However, I love that people like this song. It is one that makes people feel happy, and I dislike when others try to take that away from someone just because they dislike the song. You should enjoy it and be proud too. It's catchy, and it is special to you for a reason.
Black concepts suit Blackpink better than pink ones. They pull the pink concept off effortlessly and flawlessly. However, black concepts really make them shine and suit them better overall.
It might shock some of my viewers, since I adore when Blackpink do pink concepts, but I definitely agree. The girls seem to suit their black concepts more, and when they execute them they tend to be more successful worldwide as well. So, as much as I want them to do a pink concept again, I wouldn't be upset or anything if they continue to do black concepts. All of them suit it so much, and they look so fierce when performing them.
BTS paved the way, period. I can hear the second-gen stance come at me, but honestly, nobody does it like BTS. I don't think I need to say anything more.
Now before you comment about disagreeing with me, let me explain myself fully, and then you can tell me how you disagree with me. I definitely agree that BTS paved a way in K-pop. But, I think paving the way isn't just one group or person, but a collective of people over time. For me personally, I like to think of it as building a road. Someone starts off building the road and inspiring other people with their music and the success from it. Someone gets inspired and does their own thing, achieving their own success and adding onto the road, building it even further. I think with music, so many people inspire other artists and idols who achieve their own success and add onto it, opening the doors for more future artists to be inspired and add onto the road. So I definitely agree with BTS being a huge part in paving the way in K-pop. But I also think it's been built by multiple people over the years. No one could ever take away the success BTS has gotten and achieved. They have opened the doors to things in the K-pop industry that weren't open before for other idols and artists. So yeah, BTS did pave a huge part of the road for K-pop, but I don't understand people who get angry when other groups or idols use that road. It was made for all artists to use, and I think BTS is proud that they've helped K-pop become as global as it has, and they are proud for other Korean artists to be inspired and use the road they've built on to add more. People will probably disagree with me, and that is completely fine. Comment below, and we'll have a discussion or just agree to disagree.
I don't think Teddy is being lazy when producing his music for Blackpink. I think because EDM drops in the chorus is the trend in K-pop at the moment, that he just sticks to what he knows people will like.
I kind of agree with this. I don't think Teddy is necessarily lazy with his producing. EDM drops seem to work with Blackpink, and it has shot them to being one of the biggest girl groups in the world, so why would they change the formula if it works? I personally do get a bit tired of them, and it can be a bit predictable with the choruses, but it is smart, and it's Teddy's style. I'm just excited at the idea of Teddy working with other producers, because it will hopefully add something fresh, but still keep the Blackpink sound that so many fans love, even if sometimes they tire of it. So, yeah, I agree, but I do also want something fresh for not only the fans, but the girls themselves. They are capable of a lot more with their music, but it does feel at times like the company doesn't want to let them try. But from a company viewpoint, why would they change what they have when it is breaking records and keeping the company's pockets filled?
No other group can ever match Bangtan.
I agree and disagree with this one. I used to have this exact mindset back in 2013 and 2014 with One Direction. There was no way any group could ever match or top their success, but BTS is here now. I think they've set their success in stone and are a huge part of the music industry in their own right, but in the future I think there will be other groups. It's what has happened for decades. For example, the Beatles. No one ever thought something would top Beatlemania. The Backstreet Boys, NSYNC, Jackson 5, New Kids on the Block, the Beatles and One Direction are just some boy groups throughout decades that people thought could never possibly be topped. But just because we have BTS now, doesn't mean people have forgotten them groups, and people won't forget BTS either. I don't know, I'm 23 on the 9th of this month, and you just kind of realize that groups come forth, conquer and then continue on with their lives and ventures, then another one comes along. It doesn't mean that people will forget them groups, they've solidified themselves in music history. BTS is the biggest group in the world right now, and maybe no one will top their success, or maybe they will. But no one knows what will truly happen as it's in the future.
Blackpink has a lot of talent, and all of the members are very all-rounded, but YG is just not showcasing their talent yet. If they do, then haters will have nothing to bark at cause they are actually very talented.
I definitely agree. Each member has shown their talent in other aspects that aren't their given positions multiple times. I can't say much more as I just agree with this opinion 100%.
BTS haven't had a good album since 2017 and Big Hit needs to stop with the auto-tune.
I partly agree. It's definitely subjective with the album opinion. I personally enjoy their older albums, but don't hate the new ones as you can tell the members have put their heart into the work, but that doesn't mean people have to like it. I know many people who prefer the newer albums and it's cool. However, I will agree with the auto-tune part. I personally have a love-hate relationship with strong auto-tune. I can understand it's an artistic choice, but that doesn't mean I like it. I dislike it a lot on the album, and feel like it took away quality rather than added, but that's just my personal taste. The best example of auto-tune in an album I love is Kanye West's 808s and Heartbreak album, so yeah, I disliked it with BTS's album, but again it's definitely subjective, so I know some people will agree and some will most likely disagree. It's fine either way.
How you like that as a B-side, it's not supposed to be as good as a title track.
I strongly disagree. Whether the song is supposed to be a B-side or not, it does not mean that the quality of the music should be less than a title track. I personally will always judge title tracks and B-sides the same, as it is music put out by the group, and the level of quality should be maintained over the entire album, not just for one song that is picked as the title track. I personally love How You Like That, and judged it as a Blackpink song, not a B-side, because whether it is a title track or not, it is a song and doesn't exempt it from criticism. They also gave that B-side a music video, comeback stages, performances, teasers and more, so why are people supposed to look at that and think it is meant to be treated as an album B-side when it's getting the same publicity and treatment as a title track? I don't know, but either way I think B-sides and title tracks should be produced with the same level of quality and be criticized with the same level too.
Blinks and armies are equally toxic.
I agree. There seems to be this constant battle online on which fandom is the most toxic, which is ironic because it's just adding more toxicity and negativity into fandoms anyway, and honestly, I don't think there is one fandom that is the most toxic. Every single group of fans has these really nasty and toxic people in them. There is no fandom that is exempt from it. Where there is a group of fans, there will always be these negative people that will join in and ruin it for the rest. In my honest opinion, the whole argument of which fandom is the most toxic is ridiculous and a waste of time. You aren't going to ever get an actual answer on which one is, and everyone has different stories from being in or interacting with fandoms. If you're tired of a fandom being toxic, the only advice I can give is to distance yourselves from the people who have been horrible, and either look for those who aren't, or just keep to yourself and the people you already know who are nice. I've personally seen people who complain about a fandom being toxic, and then use their own fandoms as examples of better fandoms when their own fandom acts the same way. Just acknowledge that every single group of fans isn't perfect, they have toxic people in them, and just block or click away when you see a toxic person. This continuous argument is not getting anywhere, and I'm getting sick of seeing people thinking they are above that type of behavior, but are doing the same thing and continuing on with being negative and judgmental. Just be nice to people and focus on your own fandom, rather than the ones you don't like or the toxic people.
Rose is the most insecure member of the group in terms of her visuals, followed by Lisa, and Blinks are partly to blame.
This one is difficult. I don't want to put too much of an opinion on this because whether they are insecure about their looks are really not something that I feel comfortable speaking on unless they openly discuss, in depth, about their insecurities and are comfortable with that being publicly speculated on. But if there is any member that feels insecure in any way to do with visuals, I wouldn't put a big part of that being Blink's fault, but the K-pop industry and beauty standards of idols in Korea and worldwide. I'm sure there are some people who call themselves Blinks, who continuously criticize Rose and Lisa's bodies, which is disgusting, and I hope the girls haven't been exposed to them comments. I don't know, I feel slightly uncomfortable projecting any reasons on why the girls would possibly feel insecure. It's not something I want to discuss, unless they openly discuss their insecurities and reasons for them, themselves. Just be nice to people, especially with their visuals. Everyone has something they might be insecure about, and if you wouldn't say it to your friends, family or yourself, then don't comment about it to someone else online. Just be nice people.
I wish BTS came on Korean variety shows more often. Don't get me wrong, I'm happy seeing them on Run and all, but I weirdly feel like BTS isn't really a part of the K-pop industry anymore. I know that the reason they don't come on the show is because of how mistreated they were, but I think a lot of the older hosts have changed, and I think that all the other members, beside RM, would like being interviewed in a way that they can fully express themselves. Most of the time English interviews ask them a bunch of stupid trivial questions. Korean interviews aren't much better, but if questions on their music were asked, then even less expressive members like Taeyong can talk about their music. I feel like although he's matured, he's especially quiet during English interviews.
I agree. I miss seeing the boys being a part of the Korean variety shows, and how much fun they had when they had good hosts. Of course they had bad experiences, but I wish that wouldn't stop them from being able to mix with other groups on these shows and just have fun. I also like that they have their own shows, but as you said, when they do have interviews in America, only RM is able to communicate properly, and I feel awkward watching the interviews as it feels as though the others are having a 10-second delay behind, because RM has to translate a lot of the questions, and they can't really answer and express themselves as they might be able to with a Korean interviewer. I would just love them to be treated with respect in both Korean variety shows and with American interviews, and actually ask them in-depth questions, rather than the stupid shit they ask them, which again, makes me cringe so much.
Blackpink raps are way better than their vocals.
Disagree. I love Blackpink's rapping, but they have songs without any rap that show off the fact that their vocals are just as on par with their rap. They have so many vocal moments that are just iconic that I don't know if I could just choose their rap over their vocals. I feel like we still have not seen both rap and vocally, the range and skill they have. I love both too much to pick one, but it's cool if you prefer their raps. Although I will say that their English raps are something I would throw in the trash, not because of the girls' skills but the lyrics. Who gave these talented girls that "damn, bitch I'm a star but no Patrick" lyrics? That's all of the opinions for today. Thank you guys so much for sending them in and being patient with me making this video. If you enjoyed it and want me to make a part 2 of this video, then leave your BTS and Blackpink opinions in the comment. Please remember to be civil in the comments and have a discussion. If you disagree with anything, then please be respectful. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have yourselves a lovely day. Bye.